Well, hello, welcome back. Today, we're going to be looking at the Ibanez EHB1505MS. Now, if you're a regular viewer, you may recall my review of the Ibanez EHB1005, which will be linked at the end of this video too if you've missed that one, but you can check that out. That is one of the bases that is available from the Ibanez line of EHB, which of course stands for electric headless base, imaginatively so. As the biggest difference between the 1000 series EHB and the 1500 series EHB comes down to the construction and then the electronics. The EHB 1505, excuse me, consists of a chambered mahogany body with a poplar burl top, a 9-piece, check this out, 9-piece neck of walnut and panga, walnut stringers there, panga, and a bound panga, I'm saying that correctly hopefully, panga, whatever, bound panga fretboard. The electronics are Nordstrom big single pickups paired to Ibanez's very flexible preamp. I don't know exactly what they call it, but it has active passive capabilities. You can bypass the preamp, and the preamp consists of let's see, we have master volume, we have pickup blend, it's the active passive switch, a stacked treble and bass control, and a stacked mid and mid frequency selector. You can sweep the mids, I think, from like 100 all the way up to around 10,000 K. So you get a quite a sweep there in the mids, which makes it incredibly flexible. Headless design with the tuners down here at the bridge, and multi-scale. And I covered the multi-scale in my review of the Ibanez SRMS 805, which of course will be linked also at the end. But for those who don't know, this is what's referred to as, people call it fan fret or multi-scale. Fanned fret, excuse me, obviously describes the frets. They are fanned as opposed to being straight. But multi-scale really kind of explains what the concept of the bass is. Multi-scale referring to that each string is its own scale. Most basses have a set scale length for all the strings. This one here, as you can see, there's a stagger. Here, the bridge is staggered here, and as is the nut. And so the frets are staggered to follow along the length of each string. And the thought behind this is that the lower pitch the string, the longer it needs to be, and the higher pitch the string, the shorter it needs to be. Similar to how you see, you know, in a piano. The bass strings in the piano are incredibly long, and the highest pitch strings in the piano are very short. So what this does is it gives you a bit more of a truer sound for each note. How difficult it is to play? Not very hard at all. You know, when you first pick it up, there may be a little funky, but once you get moving, it moves pretty well. Some people mention that in the upper registers they have a little bit of an issue with the way the frets are heading in that direction as opposed to down below, but it, again, something that you can adapt to pretty well. The bass is incredibly light. It is, like I said, a chambered mahogany body. You can probably hear the differences there in it. So it's about a little over 7 pounds. Ibanez also includes with the bass a gig bag, which is interesting. The gig bag is the same for the standard scale basses and the multi-scale basses. And what does that mean? That means that the multi-scale tends to come right up to the edge of the bag, while there's a little bit of room for the standard scale. But oh well, what have you. It comes with a removable ramp and shower S-locks, which are an improvement over the older shower design, I think, at least. I know a lot of people that swear by the shower strap locks. I always had a problem with them torquing out. I've had issues with them coming loose. I've converted a lot of my bases over to the newer design, and they work pretty well. The biggest key is it's very easy to add the lock onto the strap, but everyone has their opinions. I have bases equipped with Dunlop and shower, but we're not talking about strap locks in this video. So this finish is called Pacific Blue Burst Flat, and you can see it has some very nice color in there. I fell in love when I saw this finish. So I mean, I wanted the base just for the finish. Luckily, everything else about the instrument lives up to the hype, I guess you could say. Now, so what's the point of a headless bass or headless guitars or whatever I hear a lot of people say? You know, hey, what's the point of having the headstock? Could be turned around on. I mean, the original electric guitar from Les Paul was a 2x4 that had a pickup. I mean, really, it's pretty minimalist approach. All you need, you know, is, you know, the neck, the strings, and a pickup in order to make noise. So everything else is kind of superfluous. You know, Ned Steinberger in his design of his original headless bass, it was just bare minimal. Body was wide enough for the controls and the pickups, no headstock. So, and there's a lot of other benefits too. I mean, one, it allows for a much lighter instrument. If you're on crowded stages, it moves around easier. It's easier to transport, which is huge. You don't have to worry about having that headstock out there. And owners of Gibson instruments can really appreciate headless instruments. No danger of the headstock breaking off. All right. Well, that's the rundown on that. Feel free to leave any questions down in the comments if you have any. As a programming note, I will be making another video where I'll be comparing the standard EHB1505 with the EHB1505 multi-scale to show a bit of the differences and maybe some similarities. But first, before I go into that, I want to say that so the 1500 series with Ibanez, the higher the number, the more premium the instrument is. And I got to say, the work on this bass is spectacular. I mean, it is obviously a mass-produced item, so you have certain quality issues that can exist. But really, the fit and finish is spot on. Great attention to detail. There's nothing that jumps out that says, oh, you know, how did this pass an inspector? So I would imagine that there's a few more hands that are on the higher level Ibanez's instruments, so they're probably getting a little bit more of some TLC before being released. But the binding on the neck is nice and smooth. There's no fret sprout. All the hardware is seated nicely. I see nothing that jumps out that says, I don't know if I showed the back, if there's the back, nothing that jumps out that says, you know, made on a Friday. When people rushing to get out of the office, get off work. But anyways, enough about that. So let's see how it sounds. So it says it does have an active passive setup. You can hear the click there. Here's the master volume. All right, this is both pickups. In passive mode, the tone, now the treble knob also serves as the passive tone knob. So right now, it is set on the center detent, which is typically where you'd have it if you were running it active. This is tone full up, both pickups. This is tone rolled back, both pickups. Again, these are the Nordstrand big singles, big split singles. I probably screwed that up. According to Ibanez, they're saying they're going for kind of a PJ type approach, but who knows? Tone halfway, and tone rolled all the way off. tones rolled all the way off. Just for point of reference, I am playing through a Mesa Subway WD 800 watt amp. Is going into a older AER Tab 1, which is an interesting design, and it's a 210 with an 8-inch Whizzer speaker, so it gets a nice full clear sound, pretty transparent actually. The EQ is set completely flat. The parametric EQ is taken out of the circuit. The high pass filter on the amp is defeated, so I'm trying to get as neutral a sound as possible. Obviously, every amp, even flat, adds some sort of coloration, but just to give you an idea of what I'm using, should have said that first. Here we go with the neck pickup, tone all the way up, passive mode. Tone halfway. Off that, don't you? All right, bridge pickup, tone all the way up. Your classic nasally jazz type tone. Alright, we'll go back to both pickups, and we'll go into active mode. And not a slapper, sorry. So that was both pickups with the tone centered on the active. Here's the, we'll do a little treble boost here first. Treble all the way up, treble all the way down. Sounds too bad, treble all the way down, huh? All right, here we are with the boost, bass boost all the way up. I'm not slapping with the bass all the way up. And bass all the way down. Right away, I would say you could tell from the range of the preamp, and this is the most common preamp that Ibanez is using. The treble frequency seems to be centered a little lower, maybe, than some others, so you don't quite get as much as the harshness when it's boosted all the way. Like a lot of preamps don't give, it's not as glassy or shrill on the top end. And the bass, definitely seems to be a little lower, maybe even, because you see the amount of boost that comes in there, and then when it's rolled off, you can see that it really sucks the bass out. So there's quite a range of adjustment there in the bass, which gives it a lot of adjustability. Typically, myself, on basses like this, I live with the mid controls. So I really enjoy the fact that it's a sweepable frequency mid. Really helps, and you can do a lot of different things. You can get a lot of tones actually by reducing certain mid frequencies will help get the tones you want. So there we go, centered. So this is a little tricky. I can't go through the entire frequency range. We'd be here all day. And I'm trying not to make this video as long as some of my other ones. So just to give you an idea, here we are at the top range of the mid frequencies. And I'm going to boost it all the way. All right, so boost it all the way. You hear that really brings up the upper mids. Now, like I said, the great thing about this, having the sweepable, and if you cut all the mids, what do? So you cut those frequency ranges, and you end up with this tone. Nice, huh? See the difference on that? So really helpful when you need to get a certain tone or whatever. Maybe if you can't get that annoying frequency EQ'd out from the amp, you got it right on here. You can get your sound, you can fine tune it quite a bit, and that's why I love the adjustable mids. Here I'm going to roll all the way down to the lowest end of the mid frequency, and we are now boosted. Woo! I think 100 hertz. So. Mids boosted all the way, real strong in the low end, right? Cut all the way. So you can see having some sort of variable frequency on your mid control really helps a lot. My Ibanez BTB846 SC 6-string just has a selector where you can pick one of 3 mid frequencies. I think they're 250, 450, and 750. I think I have to double check, but similar there. Doesn't give you quite the same range of adjustment because remember, you have this whole frequency band that you can sweep over. So that's mid-cut, and I'm sweeping through the frequencies, so you get that nice wah sound going there. Let's do the opposite here. This is mid-boosted. For a nice effect too, if you really want to. If you really want to, but really helpful in trying to figure out where that frequency you need to cut or boost to get the tone that you really want to get. So I highly recommend any type of bass that has some sort of selectable mid frequencies. Killer. So real quick, I mean, I don't think you need to be too much, but let's see, neck pickup flat with the boot. Yeah, bass boosted, bass cut. Again, I don't think I need to run through all of it. If you want to, let me know. But that's kind of a cool sound. That is the bass boosted all the way, bridge only. So basically, what I'm saying is here, you most probably never need to boost the bass all the way on this bass. There's a lot there. And an incredible amount of flexibility. So, and these Nordströms give you a really bright, clear sound, not as colored, I don't think, as some other pickups like the Bartolini's. We will find out because we will do a test, a comparison between the EHB1505, which again is a standard scale bass, but with Bartolini pickups and the same preamp, opposed to this. So that will be a future upcoming video. Please subscribe to my channel and you will find out when that comparison comes up. I have another video coming soon on the Sterling by Music Man Ray 34 as well. And you know, there's a lot of bass content here. I also post videos of me riding my motorcycle, if you find that interesting, along with some live videos of the bands I play in. So you know, you don't have to watch and like every video, but please come around, check out, say hi. Please feel free to comment and like, subscribe. Any questions, again, feel free to ask. I will again be having very shortly the comparison video of the EHB1505 and the EHB1505MS. Check out my playlist of reviews I've done. I got quite a few up right now, and you'll see the review of the Ibanez SRMS 805, which is a standard. Well, it's a multi-scale 8/5 string in the Sound Gear line. I apologize, the audio didn't come out like I wanted to, and I didn't get a chance to fix it, but that video will be in the playlist as well. Again, thanks for coming by. Throw any questions you have, and rock on, baby. I'm just screwing around, not doing anything of any great musical import. Someone said you don't need to be Jocko to do a good bass review, and I was proof of it. I'm not sure if that was a compliment or not, but you get some of my pedestrian slapping for those who want to know how it slaps. Never moved past octaves. Anyways, thanks again. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll keep saying that. I want to boost up my views. And you have a great day. Peace out.